opting to take last year off and then getting the call up for the wild card super last minute, sitting in 9th right now after a thunderous crash in Bakira, going full throttle, absolutely pinned, as is her style. There's no brakes on this car.
I love her riding. I think she's one of the best riders to watch on the tour, and I'm so glad she said yes.
Oh, and that world title backs that up as Elisabeth Gerritzen poking her head over the edge straight out of the gate.
Into that first perfectly huge air, riding out clean and smooth.
Oh, and getting into this immaculate powder face. I'll tell you what, and this is pretty characteristic for these tour riders. Elisabeth enjoying powder skiing. She's, you know, growing up in Verbier, she's had her fair share of pow riding. Coming down now into the lower section, it rolls away, so riders just getting a glimpse of where they need to go. This big spine forming on the top of that cliff as Elisabeth approaching off the spine into the powder, and a perfect powder reception there for Elisabeth Gerritzen.
She's just such a smooth, controlled rider. She really knows where she is in space, hitting her second air.
Deep again, the landing so perfect. Now she moves across, and you can see the features stacking up underneath her, getting her bearings, moving across right off the nose. Elisabeth Gerritzen exploding into the POW, the peak performance rider, putting the puzzle together here. It's not easy to find your way. This lower section of the Lac Noir face, it's completely convex. So you could see each time it rolled away, she'd crane her neck a little bit, trying to make sure she's in the right place, because the riders have only looked at this from across the valley. They haven't stood on any of these features. So locking in the confidence to actually know where you're going is so critical.
It's such an art, and again, what a cliff looks like from the other side is rock, and from the top it's just a mound of snow. And if there's multiple little mounds of snow, you really have to know which one you're going off of.
Yeah, and then having the confidence that you do know, that you're believing that you've got it correct. And it's I think an underappreciated skill in these World Tour athletes. Look at this right out of the gate.
Really knowing how to control her speed and making sure she's always landing in the transition.
So the judging bars pumping as that air, that's a big one. It's a little flat there, but the snow providing the cushioning that Elisabeth needed to slow down enough and to connect with that landing. We've seen a number of riders in the ski men's category having trouble with those deep landings, going over the fronts of their skis. Elisabeth unbuckling the boots. You know, riders doing their boots up super tight. They want precise control over their skis, over the direction that they go. So Elisabeth Gerritzen getting the cheers from the homies at the bottom and a big smile. All right, well, the judges already knowing what they want to put down at 81.67 and a huge grin.